Hi there, hope you are all doing fine. I'm bringing you another fun Halloween card and I'm using another stamp set from the STAMPtember Release of 2020 by Simon Says. This is called the Book Crew and this is a big stamp for which I'm using a lot of the images and some of the sentiments. Here I have a piece of 12 by 12 sheet that I'll be using and it is by Recollections. This sheet already has the word trick or treat on it, which is one less thing for me to stamp, right? However, I cut it down to a panel of 6.5 by 6.5 inches. I'm also going to be coloring my images with the new Tri-Blend markers by Spectrum Noir. I'm going to use my Misty stamping tool to stamp my images onto my panel. And I'll be using Memento Tuxedo ink to do so. However, the bats and spiders I'll be embossing with image embossing powder. Let me play some music in the meantime while I'm do all my stamping. Okay, so as I mentioned, just will be colored by these Tri-Blend markers, and with these markers you start out with the lightest, then use the dark, then you use the mid color and reapply the light for a smooth gradation. I started coloring the cat first and used the reds for the hat and the beige colors for the cat itself. And here I'm going back and forth between the colors. Unfortunately, here you don't see me coloring all of my images because I spilled some water on the center of my panel, but luckily I was able to salvage my images. So I cut out this clean panel for which I'm going to use the brick stencil and inking it with Potter's Clay Drew Drop ink by Memento. I'm taping the stencil down so it doesn't move as much while I'm blending the ink all over my panel. However, in the middle, I'll just be applying a softer hand so I don't lose the sentiment with this rich color. To clean the stencil, all I do is wet a paper towel with warm water, or you can also use a baby wipe if you like. They're easy to clean, like you see me doing here. So for the words to stand out, I have decided to use my black Wink of Stella pen for some shimmer, and I'm basically gently brushing the tip of my pen on all of the words so they look blacker, so they can stand out more. But I'm also being very careful so I don't mess it up, as I don't want to start over, and that would be a disaster. Well, let me tell you what happened to me about a month ago. Around midnight, my husband spotted 3 kittens, Siamese kitties, and they were hiding inside one of the tires of our neighbor's car. And here at that time was in the triple digits. So when my husband came and told me, I rushed out of the bed and went to see if I could get all of them to give them food and shelter. But they didn't want me to get them. I couldn't get under the car and reached for them. So went back to the house, got some dog treats, and made a trail towards the house. And I was hoping that they would eventually come out and eat the food. So the following morning, I went out looking for them, and I heard them meow. So I walked over over them, but they were so fast and hide behind some bushes. Went back to the house and got some toys out to make them come out, with no luck. Until finally, a neighbor got a trap, and overnight, one of them got in. So that's how we finally were able to get them, because they were together, and I got me one. In the beginning, the cat I chose was feral, but now she is so tame and cute, and we all are just crazy about her. Like she's our baby. That's how we treat her, like she's our baby. We pamper her so much, but my husband does more. And we kind of put our poor dog aside for a while, but now we are so happy with both of them, and they get along, even though my dog is like 8 years old in human years. So you just can imagine, they are very playful too. Even though my dog is older, he plays a lot with her, and she lets her too. They are so cute. I'm so in love with my cat now. We treat her like she's our baby. It's funny. It's funny to see that, but my husband does more. The way he treats her, he puts her on his lap and he caresses her. They're so cute. I like him a lot. But all I'm doing here is just going over with this black shimmer pen, and I'm just, like I said before, all I'm trying to do is making sure that the black letters stand out more than before. Before they had like a pale look, and now they're beginning to get a darker look. And that's what I was looking for. It's fun to do stuff like that because I have a lot of cardstock, a lot of those packs of papers like these ones with images or words or sentiments. Sometimes I don't know how to use them, but here I decided to do these and put it to work. And it's beginning to look nice, or nicer, I should say. It took a while to do it because you have to be very careful that you do not go outside the lines, and that's what you're looking for. being very carefully doing it. Back to the card. What I thought of doing is spraying some seedless preserves distress oxide to create a fun background with it. I had to cover the center of my panel with a piece of paper so I don't spray this color on the sentiment. I was being very careful. So I'm going to start placing my images on my panel just to see how it's going to look. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. And at the same time, I'm going to use this black marker and go around the edges of the moon, star, and bat. Now you see me adding some sparkle on all of my images. Because the cards have to have some shine to them. They look better. Now I'm going to start decorating my card, and I'm using this stamp set for which I'll be using the spider web and the spider, and I'm going to ink them up using Gina K Designs amalgam ink and also this fence dye from My Favorite Things. I place my stamps in my MISTI to ink them up, but first I'm going to use my anti-static to remove any static on the surface of my panel. I re-ink them a couple of times, place the spider under the web first, and then I stamp it a second time below the letter T. You'll see me doing that very soon. Now I'm placing the second spider under the letter T. And I have traced 2 lines showing that the spiders are coming down from the web. And now you kind of have an idea how this card is beginning to unfold. Next, I'm just placing my fence at the bottom of my panel, but first I want to stamp some branches on the left hand corner to give that spooky dark feeling. And I'm inking it first on a scrap piece of paper and the second time on my panel. See here, I'm just stamping it on the scrap piece of paper. And the second stamp, it will be on the cardstock. Now I'm going to apply glue to the back of my fence and glue it to my panel. What I like about this fence that is long and it fits your panel really well. You know, you don't have to die cut it twice if it was that small. And I'm going to start gluing and positioning the images on my card, like Frankie, the witch cat, the owl, the pumpkins, the moon and the star, as well as the bats. I love that cat, he's so cute. Just making sure that everything falls into place. And frankly, I'm liking how it's looking. It's a cute card, cute images. But I love the cat the most. She's so cute. Everything is cute about this stamp set. I didn't get the dies, I only got the stamps. Sometimes you can save up some money if you don't buy the dies. But when they're that intricate, you need the dies, because sometimes it's hard to go around the edges. I was playing with the bat for a while, not knowing where to place him, until finally I found a place. It took me a while, but I did it. Now I need to get my card base ready, and this measures 6.5 by 12 inches, scored at 6 inches. I'm going to position my card base into my MISTI to decorate it from the inside. I'm going to start by removing the static of my panel. Then I'm going to use this Simon Says Grit Transparency plastic sheet to align my stamp, because my card stock is bigger than an A2 size card and I needed to center it, and I'm going to use this cute stamp that reads Boo Crew. And since the front of my card have all these fun images, it goes really well with my scene. I'm inking the sentiment with Gina K black ink. As well as the spider web and spider, and I'm putting pressure with my cloth, making sure I have transferred the ink and give it a crisp look. I also got my ruler out once again, and the Sharpie black marker, drew a line from the tip of the web down to the spider after using my stamps. I tried cleaning them right away and put them back in their package. Earlier, I forgot to stamp the word boo above the owl. And you will see me doing this like now. I wanted to stamp that sentiment, that word boo, right above the owl. I thought it needed that. One more thing. Now I'm going to glue my panel onto my cardstock as I am ready to finish this card up. Before I do so, I am going to grab my Spectrum Noir shimmer pens just to add some color to this lollipop. And I am going to start with the top and use my orange color. In the middle, I'll be applying the red color. And at the bottom, the purple color. Then for the handle, I'm using the handle of the lollipop. I'm using brown and I'm liking this a lot. How about you? Okay, so this finishes up the card. I hope you got inspired and get your stamps out and play with them. Remember, you can always mix them up and you'll end up with a beautiful card. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye.